I just made this cutting board out of white oak and cedar. You can see the cedar in it. I made a cross in the cedar. And the oak's telling a story to me. It's caught on fire at one point in time. These places right here are where the suet, after I cut it open, you can see the suet now. So it kind of tells a story of wherever it came from. It had been burned at one point in time. You can see it there, and you can see it some in here, and in the opposite side of the board, you can also see it's the same pattern too. So at first I thought it was burn marks from my saw blade. Then I realized, and I kept going and taking more and more off the board, and realized, no, it had been burned. So this had been in a forest fire at one point in time. This is, I'm not sure if it would be like the heart of the wood. It won't really necessarily have to be the heart of the wood, because it could have been years growing before it caught a fire, and then they cut it down, and I happened to get the wood that had the fire at one point in time. But this right here is cedar, and it's really beautiful. The cross is made out of cedar, and then the rest of it, other than the end plates as I put on it, I call it end plate, the wood on the ends is cedar, and then the rest of it is just white oak. And you can see I've done it in grain and try to do it in a way that it wouldn't warp, so that the grains are not running in the same direction. And I've made quite a few of these. This one is the flip side of the side that's supposed to be the top side, but it has a lot of where the wood had been burned, but it just adds character to the wood as far as I'm concerned. I think it looks really good. But that's it, and here's the cedar, and that's in grain. In grain here, and the only long grain is right here. I couldn't quite figure out how to get that in grain, because that would have made me have to cut it in small pieces and then put it together with the oak. This goes all the way through the board, see, all of it does. So this was easy because it was running with the same direction as this was. So there it is. There's the cutting board, and I'll try to get as much on it as I can. But yeah, that's the cutting board, and I make them and sell them when I get the chance to. And like I said, I just think the wood is just telling a story. So see you later, guys. Bye.